Hey, what's up, break divers worldwide? It's your good friend Monroe Mann here, and we got special guest Robert Paul, aka Ripley, in the house, a fellow break
What's up,
diver.
Ro?
what's up, Rob? And so today this is Robert Paul's first time doing a live stream on YouTube, and I am getting him involved with potentially being somebody who can help me host or co-host these awesome events on break diving. So that we can get more people involved, because Monroe only has 24 hours in a day. But if we can bring a Robert Paul on board, now we've got 48 hours in a day. And maybe we can put more content on here to help you and to inspire you and make you feel awesome. Robert, can you just tell everybody here a little bit, maybe a 30-second introduction about who you are?
Sure. Thanks, Monroe. Well, I'm a fan of break diving first and foremost, and I'm a believer in Monroe Mann and the Roman Empire, as it's been called. But I just watched this guy, and I've known him now for over a decade, and I know a lot of things about him, but there are a few things that I particularly love, and it's just that he's got a huge bandwidth for
Nobody knows
Oh,
about Monroe.
about me. Yeah. Well, I'm also a lawyer, and I've got an engineering background, and I've been involved in politics. I worked for president, worked for a couple different departments of the U.S. government, and I'm interested in doing some of the things that Monroe's done. And I was actually bragging on him recently about how, honey, you think if I'm interesting in a Renaissance man, you should meet the version of me, all the things I aspire to finish, and it's Monroe Man. And so, yeah, it's a little bit about me.
That's great. Wonderful. By the way, we just got someone who just joined us. So, hello to our first viewer of the live stream. If you just tuned in, this is Robert Paul, aka Ripley. He's a friend of mine, and he's been a part of the breakdiving community, and a pretty interesting fella. And we're going to be talking today about breakdiving in action, about how not just Robert and I have used this breakdiving philosophy to help improve our lives and to make opportunities out of thin air, but we want to hear from you too. So, of course, in the chat, please tell us anything that you have, any inspiration you get from what we are sharing with you. And remember to please click like. And if you haven't subscribed, please definitely subscribe and click the bell. So I will start by telling one time today when I used breakdiving in action. Again, what is breakdiving? We don't wait for opportunities to float to the surface. Breakdivers dive in and make their own big breaks in life. So today, I was in my biology lab with my classmates, none of whom I know very well. And everyone was just talking, and I heard somebody's talking about ramen. I said, "Oh, what about ramen?" They go, "Oh, there's a restaurant at Julia and whatever. There's a eatery here in Miami." And I said, "Oh, really? There's a ramen place there?" And what did I do? I said, "Hey, who here was going to go to ramen with me after class?" Emma Rose.
We had decided that the call would be 30 minutes, and so we were starting 10 minutes behind. And it seems like a small thing, but the attitude of a break diver is to jump in before you're ready and to
Mhm.
get going. And so you're always game, to roll with it and to go with it and to be adventurous. And it was actually a very fun call, even though we lost about a third of it. I think it was as productive and fun and meaningful as it would be otherwise. And I credit that kind of can do attitude, to the break diving philosophy that Monroe's put a heck of a lot of effort into it. I don't know if people understand really just how much effort you put into that concept that you so
So wait,
easily
wait, wait,
convey
but
to others.
one second.
But
Before hold that thought, I just want to ask Emma
yeah,
Rose, how are you? And tell us where you are. Which part of the world are you in? And if you're in the U.S., which state are you in? And of course, anyone else is here, please click like. Please definitely subscribe. And so, Robert, that's one of the main things we have to do here. We have to constantly we have to talk in sound bites.
Right.
and it has to be like 30 seconds to 45 seconds, and then okay,
Right
let's
on.
take a look at the chat and stuff like that. So
Yep.
no one's said anything right now. Emma said hi, but has not said anything else. So anyway, what were you starting to say again?
You just wanted me to give a recent break diving experience. If I could, Monroe, I also want to remind you that you got me to get on the squash court after I had been off it for like 3 decades, and I played with a club pro after having not played that sport for 3 decades, and I nearly beat him, and he was a little spooked because of it. But your rigorous process made me really want to get ready and represent because I had to tell you guys about it, and you weren't going to give me credit for a break dive unless I was very meticulous about all of my preparation, everything that went into it. So, oh, it
So
was a wonderful dive.
let me take that as a jumping off part to remind people that breakdiving is not just a philosophy, it's also a community where we certify you on your dives. And what Robert Paul is talking about is we certified him in squash level 1. And so if you come to the breakdiving site, you will be able to also get certified in, hey, what's up, Lily? Great to see you. Is this right? Uh, Dobro Požalovic? Tell me if my pronunciation is correct. And Lily, I'm still waiting for you to join Breakdiving. Remember, the link is breakdiving.io. We'd love you to come there. By the way, please click like. And I'm curious to know if you did your 100 push-ups and your 100 squats as you told me you were going to do
Ooh.
earlier. So let's find out. If any of you have questions for Robert Paul, he's the guy that's right over here. Definitely, you do. We're talking about squash, and of course, squash is exercise. Do you have a regimen? Do you do some exercise every day or every week?
I I do,
That's a wonderful tip. That is fascinating. You're right. We were talking about this
isn't
earlier
it?
in one of my own live streams about you always have to push yourself. You have to stress yourself. We were talking about the difference between no stress, eustress, and distress. And you have to always be in this eustress sweet spot because you don't want to be if there's no stress, meaning if you can do 50 push-ups and you do 10, those 10 push-ups basically did nothing to build your muscle. Talking about this idea of break diving in action, right, Monroe, just so you're aware, your what? My hair is receding. I know. Your your live is glitching really bad and it's frozen. Interesting. Let me
No, no.
You're on Wi-Fi, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
That's interesting. And now it's culminating in this TEDx that I did 3 months ago in New York City. By the way, if any of you want to, or you're watching, you want to learn more about the philosophy from a TEDx stage, you can search Monroe Mann TEDx on YouTube or on Google. And by the way, Robert Paul, did you have a chance to watch that yet, or not yet?
I did, absolutely, I loved it. You
What
nailed
what
it.
what can you tell in a 1 minute summary of what I shared about breakdiving?
Well, I like that you also did a quick short on YouTube. The short was really, fun that you threw that in after the fact. But I like that you told a little bit of the story about how, this is a passion play. It's a from the heart effort, but you told them you have a group, and what this is all about. And I think, the expression where, people will say, wise people will say that people don't really care so much about how much we know as they do about how much we care. And I
Hmm.
think that TED Talks, your passion, the content aside, which is, you talked about breakdiving and you gave a good introductory, look see into why it was a thing and why you coined the phrase breakdiving and everything. And it was a really good introduction to what breakdiving is. But more than that, I think your passion really showed through that you care about people and you want to help people. And I think that more than anything is so important in this day and age where information can be very cheap and people are able to, now that we all have these platforms, say a lot of things. But I think that the story behind the story here, like you said, this is a mini decade thing, and it's a byproduct of if I'm not mistaken, I think your PhD studies as well.
Hmm.
So it was great. It was a great video, great introduction to the topic, and more than anything, your passion for people and your genuine care for the well being of others, I think, showed through as it should have, because you do care a lot about people.
Thanks for saying that, and I really that's ultimately why I created breakdiving as a not for profit after launching it 3 times as a for profit, because I started to realize I wanted people to know that I was doing this out of the love of my heart and that of my genuine concern for people's well being. I want people to succeed in life and feel that they have friends and that they are successful. And I hope to make money from it. Obviously, when breakdiving becomes a huge global gargantuan juggernaut, money's going to be coming in. And that's why I'm doing more of these live streams on here too. Eventually, we'll be able to monetize this YouTube channel for breakdiving. But it's really 100%. It's about helping people first, and secondary, making money and making myself famous and this and that. For me, the TEDx, of course, that's great that people are getting to know me more, but I wanted breakdiving to become famous, not Monroe Mann. We have some comments here from Lily. Lily's asking, by the way, Lily lives in Moscow, in Russia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she wants to know if you play any instruments.
Made no, no.
So Lily, do you play instruments? I don't know if you said if you did or not. I know you guys know that I play drums. Okay, very cool. And breakdiving is the idea that anything that you do in life can become the springboard to some amazing opportunity. And that's why I keep telling everybody, just keep learning. Never stop learning. And it's amazing that you play drums. And Lily, guess what? Learn how to play the bass too. Learn how to play a little bit of guitar. Learn how to sing a little bit. Look at this. Robert Paul singing in the shower and never knowing that he was going to end up today singing live on YouTube. And now, forever, now people for the first time are going to apparently hear that he's got a pretty good voice.
Whew.
And now he's moving back and forth like he's Stevie Wonder, and he's wearing these glasses. So I'm not sure if that's intentional or what. Your brother's trying to teach you guitar. Lily, accept his lessons. It'll if you learn how to play guitar, it makes you a better drummer, because you learn that, oh my gosh, the guitarist needs that steady beat in order to keep that rhythm going forward. And the more you learn about guitar, the more you learn how to play guitar drums. My gosh, that's the foundation of music, and it's setting the foundation for you break diving and breaking through to so many more opportunities. And we were talking here earlier, and by the way, Robert Paul, you can see how there are sometimes lulls and things. You got to just keep it going, and
Gotta keep it going.
that's kind of where the art is doing this. Is a lot sometimes when there are 4, 5, 6 people in here, like here, hey, what's up, Chuck? ZNH3N. You have a quick question? Let's see what you got. Do you think God would forgive me for being okay? So this is an example of spammers coming in. So I'm putting you in a timeout for 1 minute. So you're welcome to be here. We would love you to be here, and we'd love to answer your questions, but please don't don't spam us. That's not fun. That's not cool. So as a moderator, I can click by one of the hosts. I can click on somebody, and then I can put them in a timeout. I can put them in a timeout for a minute, for 3 minutes, for 4 minutes. So that person was Lily is one of our subscribers. She found us organic because okay, I won't do that anymore, because the next time it's instead of a minute, we time the person out for 2 minutes, then 5 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 24 hours. And if they keep coming back the next day, then they get banned from the channel. But Chick, if you want to stick around and learn from me and learn from Robert Paul, right? We'd love you to stick around. Just don't be a spammer. There is no opportunity in spamming. That's an interesting lesson too. Is not every opportunity is something that you should accept. We are break divers, and we are creating our own opportunities. But that doesn't mean that when an opportunity suddenly appears that you have to jump on it. As a break diver, you are making strategic decisions about which opportunities do I pursue. The truth is, the more you internalize this breakdiving philosophy, the more you are going to find that you have a lot more choices in life. You live by that break diver's creed: no rules, no excuses, no regrets. You Within 3 or 4 weeks of you actually living like that, you're going to have to think, oh my gosh, I have to choose between multiple opportunities now, which means some of them you have to turn down. Why am I talking about this? Some people are taking the opportunity to see this live stream as an opportunity to spam. And well, not every opportunity is one that you should take. Let me see what Lily says. Actually, Robert Paul, why don't you read what Lily just wrote there? Read that out loud.
I was playing the drums one time, and it was a Metallica song, and I hit the snare too hard, and the drum stick flew out of my hand, and it hit me on the forehead, and I was bleeding, but I'm all good now. Wow, that's a committed drummer.
Absolutely. And that you took an opportunity to play the song really
Woo!
authentically like Metallica does. And guess what? You ended up losing the drumstick, hit you on the forehead. That is, as Robert Paul said, that is a mark of commitment. And
Speaking of marks, Monroe,
go ahead.
when you said the break diving mantra there, I was reminded that you have these marks on your arm, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, right there, right up here, and also
It's
up there on the
is it
shoulder. China. We are a not-for-profit personal growth community, global, with people all around the world, and our community is located at breakdiving.io, and we'd love you to come join us. And today we're just talking about break diving in action. What does it mean to break dive? What does it mean to find opportunities when opportunities don't exist right now? It's basically you're a magician. What do magicians do? They go abracadabra and a rabbit appears.
that approach? Now, there's a little bit more to it. It's not just courage. It's accountability from a supportive group of really interesting, talented, amazing people who live this way. And I find that the accountability plus the philosophy, and Monroe does a great job. That's why you want to definitely check out his TEDx talk when he talks about it, or if you're unfamiliar with it, familiarize yourself with break diving large. But it's these multiple people committed to experiencing life in a certain way. Some really magical things can happen. So I think that word is definitely apropos, Monroe.
Which word? Which word were
Magical,
you?
magical,
Magical.
magical. Hmm.
Yeah, I to add to that, people are amazed at the things that I do in life, as if I am a wizard. And what I try to tell them is, all I do is live by this breakdiving philosophy. It's not magic; it's hard work. It is magical, the results, and it is magical to have a wonderful community of people that support you, who support you. But ultimately, everybody is capable of doing amazing things in life if you just get off your butt and realize, I'm not going to wait for the rabbit to magically appear by magic. I am going to create that magic myself through hard work, determination, patience, resilience, all the things that encompass what a break diver is.
Exactly, and I think, Monroe, if your life experiences hadn't been what they are, I mean, and then we go on and the reason that you and I connected is at the time I was in Washington D.C. I was working in the federal government there, and I was wanting to branch out into some new things. I was getting a little bit, yeah. I just was excited to take a risk and be courageous and try something new. And I found a book of yours in Barnes and Noble, and that's what put you and I in touch to begin with. You were good enough to make yourself accessible. I found your number, tracked you down, and we started a dialogue, and we've become friends ever since. But
And
I
that,
think your life, I think that you live it is really important. Break diving.
thank you. And that's really what I've always wanted to be, an example for people. I don't want to create some philosophy, but then I don't live it. I want people to become a part of breakdiving and live by this breakdiving philosophy because they go, my gosh, that guy, I want to be like him. I want to do as much as he does. And I thought, wow, he's telling me that here's the plan, here's the method on how to do it. Let me look here. Lily says, by the way, would love you to click like. We got 6 people in here now. That's fantastic. We're talking about break diving, which is the name of our channel. And break diving is a philosophy of don't wait for opportunities to float to the surface. You have to dive into the cold, icy, shark-infested waters of resistance and make your own big breaks in life. There we go. We got 3 likes. Thank you. That speech deserves a like. So I'm glad we got 3 likes now. Lily says, I don't know why, but this conversation makes me think about hearing people call me a grunge emo band kid when really all I am is a teenager with a drum set and I just really like black t-shirts. Look, let me, as some of you may know, if you watch more of these break diving videos that I do here, nor do I get easily offended by petty issues that ultimately only serve to distract me from my dreams. So, Lily, I think you're already doing that. You've realized that you're not a grunge emo band kid. You're just a teenager with a drum set who likes black t-shirts. And people are going to put you in stereotypes all the time. It's just the way things are. It's easy to make. Some of you are looking at Robert Paul. He's the guy right over here in the cat. He's got a baseball cap and he's got sunglasses. You're going to make assumptions about him. Why is he wearing sunglasses? Why is he in a baseball cap, right? Why is he smiling now? You can make assumptions about all that. And about me. Why is Monroe wearing a V-neck t-shirt? Why is it blue with white stripes? Why does he have this thing on his chair, this multicolored thing? You can make assumptions about that. Assumptions are helpful in life because they give you shortcuts to make things happen. But ultimately, who cares what other people think about you? Who cares if people don't like Robert Paul's sunglasses? Who cares if people don't like my t-shirt? Who cares if people think that you're a grunge emo band kid when you're really just a teenager with a drum kit and you like black t-shirts? Drive on. Break divers just go on. Break divers is forget everything else. It's about let's make my dreams come true. And I'm sure Robert Paul can share the same. We've all had people put us in corners. We've had people criticize us. People, I did my live stream this morning on my own channel, and
Having conversation.
Robert, if you want to wear your glasses, I don't mind. But you're a handsome, good-looking guy with nice eyes. So,
There you
Lily,
go. And there's my hair. It's just there I am.
you look great. I don't think you need to be Mr. Incognito
Hey,
Man, but you can be if you want. But now the cat's out of the bag
there
and
you
everybody
go.
knows what you look like. So, a band. So, first of all, Robert Paul, that is one of the keys of what we do here on this channel is we motivate people. Some equation in there. What equation is on your shirt?
It's a tough one, you know. I'll
So
just leave it out
sin,
there. See if
sin.
anybody can solve that one.
So go. What's this? It says plus NATI. Sin, sin squared. Sin
It's like a
squared.
Wordle, right? It's like the New York Times crossword puzzle. Good luck with that one.
Wow. Let's see, break divers. Let's see if
Yeah.
we can figure this out. Sin squared plus natty, but the A is a strange A. Is it NATI?
You may have just said the answer, actually.
Sin squared plus natty. Sin squared Cincinnati.
Yay!
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We did it, ladies and
Woo-hoo!
gentlemen. You guys saw it. The 4 of you here on this live stream were able to see Monroe Mann solve the very difficult puzzle on Robert Paul, aka Ripley's t-shirt. But why is it sin? Isn't it square?
It's spelled CINCINNATI. So
CIN,
two
CIN.
two
Sin, sin.
CINs, right? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sin,
yeah, yeah, right.
sin plus natty.
Humans are clever. We're just clever people, you know.
I
Someone
love it.
came up with that. Yeah,
We
very
have
proud of
4
ourselves.
people in here and we only have 3 likes. So one of you is holding back the love. And I think the fact that I solved that amazing puzzle on Robert Paul's chest deserves a nice like. Bye, Lily. It's great to see you. I just want to say before you go, please join a band or create your own band, or 3, you can play every instrument and record each one of them and then upload that to your to a YouTube channel or to SoundCloud or something. Many times, I have a couple of songs where I play the drums, I play the guitar, I play the bass, I play the piano, and I do the vocals, and it's all me. So you can create your own band. So,
Fancy.
what were we talking about before you opened up your sweatshirt?
Yes, my Superman, my Super Cincinnati
Yeah,
shirt.
your Super Cincinnati shirt.
Yeah,
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 Lily.
yeah.
Yeah, it is a good idea. Absolutely. Again, break diving. Don't wait for opportunities. Don't wait for some band to appear and go, "Oh, Lily, this is perfect.
Yeah.
We've been looking for a Russian drummer, grunge girl." Don't wait for that. You need to do something now. If you can play drums, guess what? Come up with a melody, start writing some songs, do it yourself. Get off your ass. Make things happen. All right, so Robert Paul, putting you on the spot here.
Yes, Monroe.
Time for you to give us a 1 minute motivational speech
All right,
on
let me give you
anything.
a
On
break. Let
anything.
me give you a break real quick. Let me give you a break. So, I like how you I like how Lily talked about her drumming and how you draw attention to a similar Thursday 8 o'clock at night with friends. I remember I always looked forward to that. Or it's just incredible what we can do now. We all have these Star Trek devices. We used to see these only in
Yeah.
Star Trek, these kind of devices. So I think that a little bit of encouragement goes a really long way. And what I like what you just said about Lily, maybe even thinking of like making her own band using technology is that um, there's no better time to get started than when you're not ready.
People and make sure they know that we care about them and not just you and me talking and they get to just voyeur.
Yeah, I like how
Yeah.
you do that. I've been watching you do this, and I think you're doing a really good job. And I don't think people know that you don't. You're kind of newer to this. I mean, you haven't been doing these YouTube things for years.
I haven't, but I tell you, everything that I've been doing for the last 20 years has prepared me for YouTube Live. Uh, doing finished all of my acting training, UCB improv, upright citizens brigade improv training in New York City. All of my years learning how to be a public speaker and being able to, and then all of my knowledge, it allows me to have, no matter what anybody types in that chat, I'm able to say something that can relate to that person because of the breadth of knowledge. And that's why I always tell people, keep learning. Monroe, why do you keep learning all these languages? It used to be perfect English, and English is the language of the world. Yeah, but every time somebody puts something in this chat, 9 times out of 10, I know what language it is. And maybe 7 times out of 10, I can probably figure out what it says. And at least I can make a connection with that person and go, oh my gosh, I love foreign languages. What language is that? Blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, all of you guys listening, this is what break diving is. Get off your lazy butt and go make your own opportunities in life. There is far more time. People, think about this. People ask, Munir, how are you able to do so much? I don't have more time in the day than any of you. It's exact amount of time, same amount of time. But what do break divers do? They figure out how to squeeze more time out of every hour than most people do. Do you think you're pretty good at time management, Robert Paul?
I better be. My undergrad's in industrial engineering, so I was a productivity guy starting out of school, and then I went to law school in politics. I did graduate studies in public policy, so I was definitely interested in that sort of thing.
Time to do something is when you're not ready. Best time to start something is when you're not ready.
Right?
And
Yeah,
I think that
yeah,
is it's another version of something that I've said for the last 20 years is good now is better than perfect never. And I
yeah.
think that's kind of the same thing is the best time to get started with something is when you're not ready. Why? Because you will never feel ready. I was not ready to start doing YouTube live. And I just said, you know what? Our phones that Apple and Android have given us phones that let us do this. We're public speaking right now. And that's my number one love in life is inspiring people through public speaking. And now I get to do it from my rocking chair. And Robert Paul gets to do it from what state are you in? Do you mind sharing? Are you in
Well,
Canada?
I presently am. I'm in Montreal, Canada, non-local.
A non-local. That's funny. And we'll probably go for maybe another 15 minutes. We'll make it a clean hour. Click like language. It's a term that came about in show business where every actor is hoping to get a big breakthrough, where they break through anonymity, this idea of nobody knows who I am, and they break through, and suddenly, oh my gosh, I'm a star. It happened. And that is what keeps people going in show business. And it's what keeps me going with doing these live streams, not only on this channel, but also on the breakdiving channel.
Make a movie, and I thought that was a real fun thing to watch that all come to fruition, and you actually finish that project. And it's just it's been so fun to watch you keep it up. I did wonder. I have to be honest. I did wonder. I'm like, this guy. He's military, law, movies, public speaking, foreign languages, traveling. Now I start. He's getting his PhD. I mean, he's gotta run out of energy at some point. And now you're what? You're doing pre-med type of studies. I mean, it is really kind of it's great. It's great that you're always doing something, but even as you're bettering yourself, which is really important, I think, because it gives people permission to be themselves and to live, well, and to care about different approach. And the organization, having it be a nonprofit and running it that way, I jumped on there and I wondered what kind of people would be working there. And the first thing that came to me, you have on break diving from all over the world. I mean, I wouldn't be talking with somebody from Zimbabwe or Russia, or Estonia or Latvia or Norway or, Israel. I mean, the amount of different kind of quality, interesting, fascinating people you have on there really, really put me in check very fast. If I had any delusions of grandeur that I was somebody because I'd done the few diving community, because what they're not impressed with my little introduction about myself. Oh, yeah, that's right, because they're busy breakdiving and doing everything every day, and I got to get with the program. But and I think the reason that they do.
Channel, also mine. My own channel is certainly more busy. And if you were a guest on there, there'd be 5, 10 people, and the chat would be going kind of crazy. But what I love about breakdiving is that it has these sets of rules, and it only recruits people who are not spammers, people who are really ambitious, people who want to be friendly with other people and help support their dreams. And I'm realizing the same exact people are kind of in this channel too, and my Monroe Man breakdiving channel. And I feel like they could be very symbiotic by sending people back and forth. The breakdiving will send people to this channel. When people find this channel, this will send them to breakdiving. And it's just something I constantly am doing. And I'm either breakdiving is going to become a huge global success with millions of active members, or I'm going to die. And so I'm gonna die trying to make this thing a huge, huge success. And I made it a not for profit specifically for that reason, because I want it to be bigger than me, and I want it to have longevity. And I don't care about the money. I want to help people make their dreams come true.
That's beautiful. And I think you just said something that's not often appreciated about taking risks and experiencing new things in life is you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to embarrass yourself. You have to be willing to take criticism, and you have to be willing to actually make mistakes and do wrong things, and actually, you know, have moments that you wish you could take back, but you can't. And you have to learn to get up and keep going. And I think that's also a really valuable part of the break diving philosophy. And it's just that jump in before you're ready, get going. And oh, by the way, we don't just want to talk about ordinary dreams with you. We want to know about the things that you really care about. And they can be fantastical dreams, but hey, do you want to learn another language? Do you want to learn an instrument? Would you like to play a sport? Would you like to be better at socializing? Do you think that learning a foreign language would help open new doors for you personally and professionally? And I think that the being willing to fail, I think you
Mhm.
epitomize that, Monroe, because you wouldn't do so many new things and these are some of these things are difficult. They're very
If
difficult.
I just got a 47 out of 100 on my last biology quiz. So I not only am I willing to fail, sometimes I do
Marvelously.
marvelously. But guess what? I studied really hard. I just did my exam and got a 97%. So
Boom.
that's what a break diver does. You're right. It's don't be willing to avoid, be willing to fail, and don't be afraid to try something even though you might fail. Just go into it knowing, you know what, I might fail. Who cares? Learn from the failure, pick yourself up, get up, and go again. And it's sad to
I need to
me.
hear that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I need
it's.
to hear that. I think more people do.
I honestly, I think a lot of people. I think most people in their minds they have the dream. It's already there.
Hmm.
They just don't have the guts to go out and try it. And that's painful to me. That hurts me when I feel that, when I see someone, I know someone has a huge dream and they give up on it because they didn't have the guts to do what needed to be done to succeed, or worse, they never even tried. And I can't even imagine how that must feel in their head, and year after year, and they have a dream but instead they do some stupid job that they hate, getting paid, getting treated horribly, getting just crazy. Hello to whoever just joined us again. Thank you for clicking like if you like what we're saying. This is Robert Paul, a fellow break diver. My name is give you our best counsel and feedback on what you can do differently. the the one thing that I'm trying to figure out, and I think I told you about this, is I'm trying to figure out with break diving, and I think I'm on the cusp of something over this summer, figuring it out, is linking that global community on the breakdiving.io website with creating local groups and somehow using YouTube live as a way to bring all of that together, where sometimes during our local events maybe we'll do a YouTube live with all of the other break divers there, and then we're encouraging those people on the lives and the local to go to the breakdiving.io site, and encouraging more of these people on the breakdiving.io site to. I have a feeling we'll probably get, I think, maybe an hour and a half of watch time from this stream. So for 1 hour of talking, we get 1.5 hours of credit towards monetizing the channel. And if we can just keep getting more and more subscribers and get these subscribers from 500 up to the 2,600 that I have on my own channel, boom, it'll be just as successful as what's happening on my own channel. And then there's a website called Pipedrive. It's a customer relationship management software, and I'm probably going to use that. And I'm going to download every single member of break diving. We've got about 1,400 members, and I'm going to individually be emailing every single one of them to try to encourage all of them to come back in force onto the IO community. And please subscribe and click the bell here on here, because we could potentially have 1,400 subscribers very quickly if I can do that over the summer. So it's there's a lot of potential. There's still a lot of pieces that have not completely been fitted properly, but I feel like I have the pieces now, and we just need. And maybe
Oh
you're.
yeah. Oh
I think
yeah.
you could be a great addition to that. Another piece of the puzzle. I'm
Well, yeah.
talking with another break diver. She's from India. Her name's Indu. Probably tomorrow or maybe
Yeah.
today. She wants to be a co-host as well.
Great.
And if we can get just a whole bunch of people here, and what did you think so far? Did you enjoy this?
Yeah, of course, Monroe. I mean, you know me. This is one of my favorite things to do is to try to inspire other people. I feel like I owe it to others to talk about my successes and the things I've learned from, and to be a good human being, and just try to make the world a better place. I think it's the least anybody can do. Golden rule style is to try to have that impact on others. So it's a wonderful thing. You just talked about the idea to have the local break diving groups, and I think that's a really great idea. And I think it's going to work because one of the things about break diving that's really helpful is that you have these relationships that are fostered with people, and they get to know one another, and they do break dives together. And yeah, Zooming's great. Online teleconferencing works wonderfully, and people get to talking offline individually. But I think those group meetings on site will be a lot of fun and very creative. And when it comes to you, Monroe, and a little bit about the entertainment business, and making things fun and enjoyable and lively, and just I can only imagine what must be going through your mind when it comes to what those get-togethers will look like. I wouldn't want to miss them.
And I'm hoping I used to do them in New York, and we'd get together, and there'd be 12 people practicing German together, and it was super cool. And we get together, and there'd be seven of us, and we'd be talking about finance and investments. So I know it works. I just need to get it back together again and get enough people on board who can help me manage this stuff. But I have, I think, 26 people in the break diving local group here in Miami, in a WhatsApp group. And so I'm hoping to plan the first meeting sometime begin in July, and get us all together, and everyone will have be a little bit of formal thing where, hey, all right, spend the first 5 minutes writing down what are your big dreams for the next 6 months, and then, okay, everybody, each of you has 2 minutes, stand up, tell us what your greatest accomplishments are in the last year, and what is your plan to get these next things accomplished over the next 6 months. And then break it up where, okay, everyone spends kind of like speed dating, but we all speak with one of the other people, everybody else in the meeting, and just to get to know one another and find out more about that person, and then switch. And I just feel like I crave that. I want to be around 10, 12, 13, 15 people who are all like me, who are thinking big, who want to help one another, who want to share referrals, who want to share ideas, maybe work on a project together, whatever it may be. And so the vision is crystal clear to me, and the idea that eventually there'll be all these local groups all around the world. So if you go to Paris and you're a member of breakdiving, just check out what the local group is doing over there. Oh, there's a breakdiving meeting at the local cafe near Notre Dame on Sunday at 4 p.m. Awesome. And you go down there and you meet all these awesome French people who are your friends instantly because of breakdiving. So I'm really hoping if not this year, I hope this year finalizes the creation of the final plan that, okay, that actually this is how we're going to make this thing happen. And then I hope that 2025 is just putting into action and seeing the fruits of our labor.
Right
So
on.
awesome. So by the way, for you guys who are watching, if you're watching the recording of this, we'd love you to come join us. This is not just a YouTube channel. Please join us at breakdiving.io, breakdiving.io. You can find me there. You can find Robert Paul there, and so many other people from all around the world. And remember the Breakdivers Creed: no rules, no excuses, no regrets. And I'll just read right again the Divers Code, not all the specific explanations, but just the headlines. Number one, there are 12 of them. And I want you to realize this is what we want you to live by. One, I am a break diver. Two, I am not lazy. Three, I never give up. Four, I always say please and thank you. Five, I try not to get offended. Six, I do not lie, cheat, steal, or plagiarize. Seven, I always try to help. Eight, I brag tastefully. Nine, I keep my ego in check. 10, I ask for help. 11, I broaden my horizons. And 12, I just see winners. And that's what really makes the community so amazing at breakdiving.io, but it's also what's going to help you become very successful in life if you apply this creed and this code to your life. By the way, this is Robert Paul. His YouTube channel is known as Ripley, so you can subscribe to him. My personal channel is Monroe Mann on YouTube. Also, would love you guys to please click like and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. We're very close. We are not 8 people away from 500. which is the first stage of monetization. And then the second stage is getting 3,000 hours of watch time. And right now we have about 200. So we're on our way. We still have a long way to go, but you can help us by watching our videos, which will help us increase the watch time. Robert Paul, final words?
Well, thank you for having me, Monroe, and it's great to watch these. It's interesting to participate in them. If I can do anything to amplify your message by jumping on here and just relaying what you give and what anybody who participates in break diving IO would lend to a conversation like this, it would be my honor to keep the conversation going and read the comments and help the people who take the time to want to spend a little bit of YouTube time with us and learning about break diving. And I think we can, like you said, I think we can help more people. But you've already helped so many people with it, and I think that as a result of your recent TEDx talk, and you got another one coming up, right?
Yeah, got another one in
Soon.
August.
Yep. Yeah, you're starting to blow up a little bit more, but I do want that you're not you're kind of known. People know about you, and you're known
Kind of.
for getting things done and for caring about people and being courageous to start things and to bring out the best in other people. And I can think of really no greater compliment than that. And I think it's a testament to that journey you began that led you to your D studies, having to do with secrets of happiness and fulfillment that ended up leading to break diving.
By
Just
the
so
way, hold on. The
to
two people who are here right now, can you please click like? We really want to get to 5 likes on this live stream. And we got to 3. We were just about to finish up, but you can. Oh, they already left. It went down to 0. They stayed for 15 seconds and then they bailed. That's all right.
yeah,
Anyway,
it's
yeah.
okay.
By the way, are you free to chat for 5 minutes by phone afterwards?
Sure,
All right.
sure,
So,
absolutely.
see you guys, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Join breakdiving.io. Bye.